Buenos Aires, amigos from Ajijic here in the Lakeside area. Okay, we talked about traffic. All right. I'll tell you, there's been changes. Of course, a lot of expats do come in at the end of the summer. They start gradually coming in and get here in more, some in September, some in October. And by November, they're going to get here. Pretty much, we'll be here full force. I know because I've lived here for a couple snowbird seasons, being here in September. I usually, when I was a snowbird, I get here on September the 1st. I had my flight booked and be here on September 1st. But so I know a little bit about that. And I do know in the summer the snowbirds go back up and they come back down gradually. They kind of filter in September-ish. November, October, and then November they come in. They're here. But there's going to be a lot of traffic. More traffic than there is now. There's going to be a lot more traffic, somewhat. We still have traffic jams here in the summer, but they're going to be more frequent when the snowbirds get back. So here's a solution to avoid traffic problems. When I first got here, there weren't a lot of e-bikes about 3 years ago, but I've noticed during the last 2 years, it's become not only a trend, but a way of life. I'll tell you, people are getting on those e-bikes. Even people who can afford cars don't buy cars, they use e-bikes or other modes of transportation. Now, people who do have cars use the e-bikes. They're good for exercise. You can use them manually as well as the power, the battery power, but you can use those e-bikes, get around on the carretera and those hills, and going up and down those hills, you can use those e-bikes. And I'll give you an example. I know a gentleman named Norm. He saw me on an e-bike. He saw one of the videos, and other people have seen the videos and come up to me and tell me. And also people come up to me and ask me a lot of questions, expats, about the e-bikes, even Mexican residents. But I tell them they're great. I go up in the hills. Now, one of the reasons I don't film when I'm going up in the hills or down on the cobblestones is because this clamp, I bought it in San Antonio. It's some small store, and this isn't the right clamp because when you're on the cobblestones, it'll fall out. So I won't film on when I'm going up and down on the cobblestones. But there are stronger clamps you can get. I think Strolls has got some better ones. They got some good ones. Strolls that'll hold your cell phones on there if you use a cell phone going on the cobblestones. They have a solution to that. They have better ones than I have. Also, their bikes there, as I mentioned, my friend, he's up in age. He drives a three-wheeler, the fat tires. He uses the fat tires. Tricycle. It's a big basket on the back. He puts his groceries. He travels. He goes all over. He lives in West Ajijic and also goes all the way to Chapala on that electric tricycle bike. You can get them with the fat tires, or also you can get the one that I was using, which is a two-wheeler, but the tires aren't that fat, but they're still wide. They're still wide, and they're comfortable that you can do the cobblestones. Bike paths are great to use. Get around on there with those e-bikes you see in the videos. Also want to mention, there was a lady I didn't know, I never met, but I noticed, because I look at different bikes. We used to look what people have, and she had a trek bike, similar to mine, that I have up in the States. And she rides manually. I remember seeing her on the carretera. I was in Ajijic at the bus stop. I was going to San Juan Costa through West Ajijic and San Juan Costa. And by the time I got off the bus, I had noticed that she was there doing some shopping or something or another. I think she was at a restaurant, whatever it was. I didn't pay too much attention, but I knew it was her. And she rode that bike and got she got there quicker than me. Now, I'm sure she beat a lot of cars too. And then there's the buses. They do have stops. So traffic at certain times of the day aren't as bad, but e-bikes could be the solution for those who can handle it. If you're not, if you can handle it, you'll know yourself. You can always take them for test rides and strolls. Rent one, like I did. You can rent one for the day, for the week, for the month, whatever, and or you can buy them. I really love mine. I rode up and down hills and all over Lakeside on cobblestones and also on the bike path. And you've seen those videos. You can even, another solution is golf carts. Getting golf carts. You can ride one of those golf carts and e-bikes from West Ajijic all the way, take one straight shot, one road, past you can go up to Walmart's, yes, from West Ajijic, one straight shot, right over, take a road, turn left, go up to Walmart's on an e-bike or a golf cart. Now, mind you, you can't take the golf carts on the highway or the bike paths, and you can't take the e-bikes on the highway, but you can take the e-bikes on the bike path and the cobblestones. Once again, you can take the golf carts on the cobblestones, so on those roads, but you can't take it on the highway. Neither one of those two can you take on the highway, but you won't be able to take the golf carts on the bike path. But you get around good on both. And that's how a lot of expats avoid traffic jams. They might leave their cars at home, or they could afford a car, but choose to use those types of transportation. People can afford cars. Many expats choose not to buy cars, take buses, take taxis, take Ubers. Many people also hire, those who can afford to, will hire private drivers. So, there's different ways you can get around the traffic jams. I find the e-bikes really cool. I haven't driven a golf cart. I was a guest in a gentleman's golf cart almost 3 years ago when I first came here. He rode me around a little bit on the cobblestones. I thought it was cool. So you get down here, have faith. You don't always have to deal with those traffic jams. And once again, snowbirds will be coming back. Some in September, like I used to do when I was a snowbird. And I'd get here on September 1st. Then they gradually start coming in, and through October. And by November, they're pretty much here full force. So then the traffic gradually picks up. But it still gets some traffic jams during the summer. Not as much as the snowbird season when the snowbirds are here. But you can use those golf carts and electric bikes to get around, to beat the traffic. And then, there's always the buses you could use. They're great. I've done bus videos, been on the buses hundreds of times, probably been in cabs hundreds of times. I used to use a lot of cabs too, and walk, did a lot of walking, and I know this area really well. I've been coming back and forth here, and you can see, if you go into the backlog of videos since September 2021, you'll see that. When I first started this channel, I started recording a lot of that stuff. But check the bikes out, and check the golf carts. Whatever suit you, whatever fits you, whatever works for you, you can do that and avoid the traffic jams here in the Lakeside area. Thanks for viewing. Tap on that notification bell and you'll be notified of upcoming videos. Thanks for viewing. Have a great day. Bonus status from Ajijic in the Lakeside area.